CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 6 of Dual Destinies. Last time, we accused Tonate of murdering Detective Candice Arms, as well as assaulting Apollo and the courtroom bombing as a whole. And now we're cross-examining him. So anyways, let's go. Now take a good look at the bloody piece of rubble. It's sharp and pointed. I'm not even gonna read the gibberish. You're right, boss. It is pointy, just like your hair.
That is odd, isn't it? What could be the meaning of this contradiction?
I believe it means the victim did not hit her head on this piece of rubble. The blood stain you see is just another fabrication. Its purpose is to mislead us into thinking the victim died near the courtroom entrance.
Are you claiming the culprit moved the victim's body?
That's exactly what I'm claiming. The victim hit her head at some other location, most likely on the floor or some other flat surface, and this location was somewhere near where the bloody writing was found.
In that case, she definitely could have written the message.
Your Honor, I have the results of the bloodstain analysis. Ah, very good timing. Let's take a look. According to this report, the message was written in Detective Arm's blood, and as the defense claims, only the parts of the message that were added afterwards were written in Mr. Justice's blood. It would appear that the defense's assertion is correct after all.
Yes, you did it! You were right, boss! Now I have to drive it home. I'll have to take a good look at the bloody writing analysis later. 111.
Mr. Tonate, it is now apparent that you have told several lies in this court. I hope you have some sort of explanation for yourself.
Fine, I will confess. You will? But then, why are you so calm? This time, I will tell the truth. The truth. It is true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. She very plainly wrote L115R. I was shocked. But I did not detonate the bomb. Detective Arm must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad.
I see, so it is your assertion that you merely moved the body, is that it?
That is correct. I did not kill Detective Arm.
Oh well, if that's all you did then. Wait a minute! That in of itself is a criminal act!
Glad to see you finally crossed that finish line, Your Honor.
Very well then. Your cross-examination, Mr. Lees, Mr. Wright.
Okay, just gotta move this back.
Hold it!
So you admit that you actually did see the bloody writing that Detective Arm left. My bad. I should have said so from the outset. And you are sure it was your ID number? I am sure it was definitely my ID number. That number was assigned exclusively to me by the police department. That number is assigned to my goggles as well. So those funky things were provided by the police department. Yes, you see, we got the funding thanks to money that was not given to that was cut out of Detective Gumshoe's salary, which, as you could guess, has been quite a lot over the years. Although these are special goggles customized by me personally.
Speaking of personalized, these sunglasses of mine were custom made as well. They're Gucci brand. They were specially created to be particularly dark and shiny.
Speaking of special, my gavel is made of mahogany and was custom made as well. It was specially created to make a particularly loud and resounding sound.
Yeah, too bad the judge didn't get Justine's extending gavel. Wish I had something to brag about. But be all of that as it may, I just wanted to reconfirm that you saw the blade writing clearly, and that it was your ID number. That is correct. My ID number was written in blood on the floor. Okay.
Hold it!
L115R, and it was written after the bomb went off in the courtroom. Correct. I didn't know why she would write it, so that sent me into a panic.
Sounds like you were in quite a tizzy.
If I were in his shoes, I guess it would have psyched me out too. I can't imagine coming across the message, "Sykes," written in blood. If I saw gasp in pain written in blood, it'd certainly make me gasp, and I'd be like, yeah! Someone knows who to reference. Who you gonna call? Gaspin! Rest assured, Mr. Tonate, I understand how you must have felt. I am a genteel man, after all.
And so you discovered your ID number written in blood at the scene, and
That is right. I saw it with my own eyes. It very clearly said L10015R.
Hold it!
Didn't you? The victim may have had special knowledge of who the bomber was. I have no idea what thoughts Detective Arm may have had inside her head.
It's not like I ever disbanded the Hermanda check.
Mr. Wright,
Mr. Wright, if you have suspicions about the witness, let's see your proof. Evidence is everything in a court of law. Even school children know that. How many years have you been a defense attorney now?
cut me some slack, will you?
Then don't feel bad, boss. You just got your attorney's badge back after all. In that sense, you're still more of a beginner than I am.
I suppose I should be thankful you're not a licensed psychologist.
Mr. Tonate, please continue with your testimony.
With pleasure. My ID number was left at the scene, but...
Hold it!
By mistaken, do you mean you had nothing to do with the explosion? That is correct. That is why I was so shocked when I saw my ID number.
The victim may have suspected Mr. Tonate for no reason other than the fact that, as the bomb specialist, he was in charge of the bomb. In other words, a false accusation. It's vocational discrimination, I say.
I do not support discrimination of any kind.
Well spoken, Your Honor. You will not be canceled on Twitter today. You will live another day without being canceled. If the victim had been found to be killed with a gavel, Mr. Belusi over there probably would have pinned the crime on you.
He would? Well, that just wouldn't do. I'd give him that double penalty again. Mr. Wright, dare try to pin anything on me, I will find you in contempt of court.
But I never even tried to harm a hair on... a strand on your beard, Your Honor. Well said, Mr. Payne. Because I am so closely associated with bombs, I was afraid I would be prosecuted if anyone saw the bloody writing.
Hold it!
You didn't think to clean away the bloody writing? I didn't have time. By the time I found the message, the blood was already dry. The police were waiting just outside for me to secure the room, and I still had to move the body. I was in a panic. With no time to spare, I temporarily covered the writing with my case. Didn't you think the police would find it during their investigation? Regulation stipulates only specialists may touch transport cases. Because of the danger, you see, I thought I would clean up the writing once they were finished. My bad.
My bad. Does he really think that just magically smooth everything over?
This guy is something else, and I don't believe Detective Arm's dying message was just a mistake. He won't wriggle out of it that easily. What did Mr. Tonate see when he first discovered the bloody writing? There has to be a contradiction hidden in the testimony somewhere. Okay. Did not detonate the bomb. Yeah, I just want to see what we got. Okay, blast was missing. Yeah, we can't see anything there. Courtroom number 4 diagram, the assault photos. Yeah, this one's just messing with me a little. It's one of those brain fart moments. Okay, detonate the bomb.
Hold it!
Okay, I just want to see any hints. Okay, I don't think that's it. Yeah, this is what happens when you don't play a game for yourself for several years. Okay.
Holding.
Okay, let's just see what's going on. Okay. Yeah, let's see if we can get any hints.
Holding.
Okay. Let's just see. Yeah, just they're not giving. Yeah, basically just I'm having a brain fart here. I'm not really remembering this one. Okay.
Holding.
Yeah, yeah, basically I'm just trying to figure this out. Okay. Okay, what did he see when he first discovered the bloody writing? Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to see. Save. Okay, now we do the classic time travel. Where I'm trying to remember this case. Okay, do not activate the bomb.
Objection.
Okay, that was not it. Yeah, down to the wire. Did not detonate the bomb. Okay. Do 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 do. Did not detonate the bomb. We first discovered the bloody writing. Okay. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I figured it out. Yeah, we're basically just if you look at the photo, basically you can't really see the D.
Objection.
There we are. Okay, I'm remembering. I just want to make doubly sure that L115R is really what you saw written in blood. Yes, it is very clearly. It very clearly said L115R. But that's odd because that's not what I see.
Objection.
What on earth are you babbling on about now? Wasn't you who claimed that the bloody writing was his ID number in the first place?
Take a good look at the photo in the bloody writing analysis. Now tell me, does it really say L115R?
Oh! Eep!
Something is missing, isn't it? And that something is the final R.
What's the meaning of this, Mr. Tonate?
Oh, right. Now I remember. There was no R on the end. It was just a slip of the finger. My bad. Come back, my beautiful contradiction. Mr. Wright, I'm not so sure it was just a simple slip of the finger. You have something for me, Athena?
I sense he's extremely agitated, almost panicked.
He does look pretty blustered. Yeah, you need the mood matrix to see this.
Well, Mr. Wright, it appears as if it was nothing more than a mere mistake.
I don't know. Did he really just make a typo? What about that R? Did Mr. Tonate really see it? He actually saw it. Maybe Mr. Tonate really did see the R. But there's no R anywhere in the bloody writing. What's going on here? Huh? Now that I take another good look at the photo, I think maybe that's it!
Was it now, Mr. Wright? Are the voices talking to you again? Are you trying to imitate Apollo when his courts of steel? Because we don't need that. We don't need two of that.
I've never imitated Apollo. Who would want to be him? I've got it. So that's what happened. A slip of the finger. Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tonate really did see the letter R.
But the photo clearly shows that there is no R.
No, Your Honor. Actually, just the opposite is true. The photo shows that Mr. Tonate actually could have seen the letter R.
If you're going to make that claim, then you'd better be able to point out what you mean. What part of the photo shows that Mr. Tonate could have seen the R?
Yeah, come on.
Take that!
Please look here to the right of the 5. Do you see a little bit of red?
Oh, I see it. Just on the edge of where the floor is broken up.
That's the R that Mr. Tonate saw.
Objection!
It's true that the witness wears some very, very odd goggles, but that doesn't mean his eyesight is bad, nor his brain power. What part of that little smudge looks like an R to you?
Objection!
But what Mr. Tonate saw wasn't that little smudge. There was a whole and complete R written there. Before the floor was damaged by the explosion.
Oh, well, that explains it. Huh?
Can't explain what you mean.
Because you just proposed that everything happened in the exact opposite order.
Yep, because that's the way it really went down. The timing of when the R was written turns everything about this case around. Now then, if the floor was damaged by the explosion, when was the message written? Before the explosion. It was written after the explosion. They're twisting our minds. With the bloody message running off the edge of the damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that it was written before the explosion.
But that's ridiculous!
If that were true, it overturns your own premise. That's right. It does. In fact, it turns everything upside down. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed before the explosion ever occurred.
Order! Order in the court!
What kind of preposterous claim is that? Have you forgotten that the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion?
Objection!
True, but consider the scenario. She was hit on the head and killed before the explosion, or even before the trial began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom ruins after the bombing occurred. That way, it could be made to look like she was a victim of the blast.
What?
It sounds like we had better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective R before the trial?
Let's see. According to the police reports... Ah! Here it is. One person saw the victim before the trial. And that person was... Tonate. Wait, what?
No one besides Mr. Tonate saw the victim?
That appears to be the case, Your Honor.
SOS! SOS! I would now ask the court to recall something. Specifically, Mr. Tonate's words from yesterday. It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb.
Oh my!
Mr. Tonate, just before the trial, you were with the victim. The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, courtroom number 4. Your Honor, the defense requests new testimony from Mr. Tonate. We wish to hear what he has to say about his whereabouts just before the trial.
Mr. Tonate, your testimony, please.
My testimony, there is no need for.
He's completely unnerved, Mr. Wright. You must have hit the nail on the head.
Because all I did was transport the bomb to the courtroom. I already told you,
Yeah, blast this thing. I was only in the courtroom with the victim because of our work. I swear I was only transporting the bomb there.
Objection!
You and the victim were all alone together at the scene of the crime. In other words, you clearly had the opportunity to commit murder, did you not?
Tisk, tisk. Do you always leave yourself so open to attacks, Mr. Wright?
What now, Mr. Payne?
Yes, Mr. Tonate may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Arm, but an important piece of your assertion is missing.
What important piece?
The murder weapon! What do you claim was used to kill the victim?
Mr. Bear's a point. Even if Mr. Tonate had the chance, without a weapon, we can't accuse him of a crime.
Well, Mr. Tonate? Oh, yes, that's right!
Yes, because that is the face of an honest man.
I didn't have any sort of thing that could be used as a murder weapon on me. I just had pocket sand. I couldn't possibly have killed Detective Arm.
Did he really have nothing he could use as a murder weapon?
I had my fists of fury.
What is it, Thea?
Just looking over the victim's autopsy report. I'm hoping there's something in here that can point us in the right direction.
Well, it does say that she died from trauma to the back of the head with a flat object.
Yeah, and to inflict that specific kind of injury, all you would need is a flat surface, right?
A heavy, blunt object with a flat surface could definitely be our murder weapon.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you indicate for the court what was used to kill Detective Arm?
I believe I can. Believe being the key word here.
You can?
Then please do so now. What did Mr. Tonate have that could be used as the murder weapon?
Take that!
Mr. Tonate, you say you didn't have anything that could be used as a weapon. But in fact, you had the perfect thing.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
You had this. You had Phony Fanny!
That's the bomb! And Phony Fanny! I thought you were trying to prove that the victim wasn't killed in the bomb blast.
The bomb blast, no, but I believe Candice Arm was killed with this bomb. Because this is the blunt object that delivered the fatal blow to her head.
Gah!
Please recall the description of Detective Arm's head wound. Trauma to back of head caused by impact with a flat object. We assume this injury was sustained when her head hit the floor. But a blow from any flat side of this bomb would have produced the exact same wound pattern. What's with him?
Then show me some proof. Where's the evidence that I hit the victim with the bomb?
Ugh, he's right. I don't have anything decisive.
Did you find any of the victim's blood on the bomb? That would be decisive proof. But too bad. The bomb is blown to bits. It's long gone. Boom! Game over. Yeah! Mr. Wright, is there really nothing on the bomb in the photo?
I don't see any blood or anything. Wait, the timer display is a little broken here. Maybe it broke when it made contact with Detective Arm's head. That definitely is a distinct possibility. But unless we find a fragment with the victim's blood on it, it's not going to count.
I guess you're right.
By setting off the bomb, Tonate managed to obliterate all traces of the murder weapon. What in the world do I do now? At times like this, I've got to change gears and look at things in a different way. Instead of looking for the things he wasn't able to hide, I should be looking for a way to expose the things he did hide. Tonate murdered Detective Arm before the trial started. Then he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb went off, which means there was something he needed to keep hidden until then. And I think I have just the thing. Time to present the photo that shows exactly what Mr. Tonate had to hide. It was Apollo! He had to hide Apollo in the case! Help! This case is airtight! Someone let me out!
Take that!
Your Honor, there's something we've been all overlooking. If the murder took place before the trial, then Mr. Tonate would have had to hide the body somewhere during the trial. Hey, you're right! And if we can figure out where that hiding place was, exactly, we might be able to find some evidence we can pin him down with. So where could Mr. Tonate have hidden the body itself during the trial? You know what? We'll finish up this portion of the trial in this video.
Take that!
Wait, a box big enough for a body. A box that was in the courtroom the whole time. A box nobody would touch if they thought there was a bomb in it. Mr. Tonate, what is it? Do you finally have some decisive evidence to show me? No, you're the one who's going to show it to me. Come again. You heard me. Now, show me what's inside the bomb transport case.
What? Why? No! There's no need!
I've got him now. Just before the trial, you killed the victim with a blunt object. And then you placed her body in the ruins of the courtroom after the bomb went off. Clearly, you were trying to make it look like she died in the explosion. But where was the body hidden during the trial?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
The answer is right here. Inside a box made of thick alloy plating that can withstand any impact.
No! That's completely false!
If it's false, you should have no objections to showing us your transport case. So, let's open it up and take a look inside, shall we? Let's not. Not if you value your life. What's he up to now? Remain calm and listen carefully. This bomb will detonate in 5 minutes.
What?
Huh? I repeat, this HH-3000 will detonate in 5 minutes. What's going on? Your Honor, I recommend you adjourn this trial before this bomb goes off.
Mr. Tonate, are you threatening me?
I am not giving you compliments and blowing you kisses, am I? I am the only one who can dismantle this bomb. If you do not want to die, your only option is to listen to me.
But Mr. Tonate, didn't you say that's just a training model? A fake to practice on?
I did, but I also lied. This is the real deal. This is the HH-3000. But the HH-3000 was used to blow up courtroom number 4, wasn't it? How do you know it was the real HH-3000 that blew up courtroom number 4? Huh? The bomb that blew up the courtroom was a different one. One that I made.
What? Are we to take that as a confession on your part?
Take it any way you would like. Just before the trial, I took the HH-3000 out of the stuffed animal and put my own bomb into it. That was the bomb that exploded and destroyed courtroom number 4.
Mr. Tonate, please be reasonable! Damn it, my case is gone! My case! My beautiful case! Why does this always happen to our family? Do you really expect us to believe a crazy story like that?
The HH-3000, it is so unique. I had never seen anything like it. It is so unique that I could not replicate the detonation mechanism, so I just had to have it. Besides, did anyone look inside the stuffed animal during the trial? Did anyone check to see if it really was the HH-3000 in there?
I must confess, no one opened the stuffed animal to check.
So there really is a possibility that the bomb was switched out?
No, not the possibility, a certainty. I did it. So he had a real bomb with him this whole time? You had better get out of here while you can. You do not have much time.
Order in the court! I'm out of here! It's gonna blow, run!
You four are still here. Well, well, aren't you brave?
It just wouldn't do for the judge presiding over this court to run. But that horrible explosion the other day.
The judge looks like he's about to book it for the nearest exit any second. As for Mr. Payne.
That is...
And he's off. Mr. Wright, well, what do we do? It'd be pretty pathetic to run now, wouldn't it? But the bomb might really go off. Only 3 more minutes, folks. Okay, I thought you could just wait. See what happens when it reaches 0. Is that bomb really the HH-3000? What should I do? Run like a yellow-bellied chicken! I can't run now. Well, it's been fun, but I will be going now. With my dear, dear HH-3000, naturally. Oh, and by the way, I would advise against having me followed. Even with no remote switch, this bomb can still be triggered manually. If I think I'm being followed, I will detonate it on the spot. I will take us all out. I will take you down with me. Farewell.
Hold it!
You're not going anywhere, Tonate. Oh, Your Honor, there is no reason to be afraid. That bomb is fake.
Are you sure, Mr. Wright?
More of your famous bluffing, even at the risk of your own life.
Mr. Wright, now you're bluffing now. Not a time like this. Lives are on the line here. More importantly, my life.
I'm not bluffing, and I have proof.
You do?
Yes, of course, Your Honor. It's right here in the photo of the bomb. Clear as day. Proof that Mr. Tonate's bomb is not the real HH-3000.
Really? Out with it then, immediately. Where's the proof that Mr. Tonate's not holding the real HH-3000?
Phony fancy!
Take that!
The display for the timer on the bomb in the photo is broken. Most likely it broke when Mr. Tonate used the bomb to attack Detective Arm. But the display on the bomb in front of us is not broken.
Oh, you're right.
Therefore, this is not the real HH-3000. Mr. Tonate was clearly lying when he said he switched out the bomb in the stuffed animal. The real HH-3000 blew up in courtroom number 4. The bomb is nothing more than fake, a model used for training purposes. Gah! Fear not, Your Honor. I will examine the inside of the bomb transport case myself.
Yes, please do that, Mr. Wright.
No! Stop!
What is that? Is that a blood stain?
Just as I expected. Your lies have all been blown to bits, Mr. Tonate. I'm confident DNA analysis on this bloodstain will confirm that it's Detective Arm's blood, and that those results will conclusively prove that you murdered Detective Arm. Why do I sound so constipated? Why did you make me sound so constipated, CzarThwomp? How about it, Mr. Tonate? Think you can dismantle this decisive evidence? Dismantle it? You're too late. You missed your chance to run, so now you're out of time. This HH-3000 is about to explode! Don't try to threaten us, Mr. Tonate. I've already proved that your bomb is a fake. It's real! This bomb is the real thing, I tell you! It's real! Mad Bomber, party of one. There is no time left. It's gonna blow! I have to disarm it. I have to take it apart. I can dismantle anything. I can take apart evidence. I can take apart bombs. I can dismantle it all. Dismantle, 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 dismantle. Okay, I can't read so fast. I'm not gonna make it. Only one thing left to do. Stop! Made it! And then VX is just like, what's happened with my life? Game over. Dismantle attempt failed. Why am I surrounded by darkness? Why am I in the void? Ha ha ha, it's all over. My life has been blown to pieces, and now I've been engulfed by the void of darkness. Is anyone else concerned about the void of darkness that's just engulfed the courtroom? I think my soul is being drained from my body right now. It was all that stupid woman's fault. I was selling the bombs that is armed on the black market. When I tried to take this one, she just had to notice, didn't she? She confronted me in courtroom number 4 that day. She was getting really aggressive, and I mean, she was really nagging me. You see that finger? She was just really getting my grill. I was like, look, lady, I'm not being paid enough. I got gumshoed last month. My salary is pretty much nothing. Please, I just eat money for food. But she wasn't having any of this. She was just blowing that finger at me. And I was just like, please, let's calm down. Let's calm down. And so... frankly, she was here trying to nag me when I was pulling out the bomb to hit her on the head. And she was just saying, why are you trying to hit me on the head with that thing? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? I was just trying to do what I could do. That's why I had no choice.
Before I knew what I was doing, I hit her. It's all her fault. When I was looking for a place to hide her body, she left a message in her own blood. The trial was about to start, so I didn't have time to clean it up, and now all this. I thought for sure I could disguise her death with an explosion. Then that stupid defense attorney started sticking his nose in my business, and I was like, come on, can't I have something else? I got gumshoed. After my testimony yesterday, I went to courtroom number 4 and I found that kid up in my bomb transport case. No, you're not touching Delilah. That's when I snuck up behind him and BAM! With the rock. And when the idiot police arrested that little girl, I thought for sure I could pin it on her. Why? Oh, why?
Tonate, you are hereby under arrest.
Now, personally, this version of Revealed the Truth, I actually find it to be my personal favorite of the bunch. It just has this strong foreboding energy to it.
On suspicion of the courtroom bombing and the assault on Mr. Justice. Oh, and also the murder. Your innocence or guilt will be determined at a later trial. Now then, I see the members of the public have returned to the gallery. One person, however, seems to still be running far, far away. Be that as it may, I will now announce Miss Juniper Wood's verdict. Court is adjourned.
Okay, December 18th, 12:31 p.m. District Court, Defendant's Lobby, number 5.
You did it, boss.
Yeah, I guess we managed to pull it out somehow. Pull it out somehow. Yeah, I'm turning Sebastian.
So many mysteries cleared up all at once. It was amazing.
It just sort of worked out that way, wouldn't it?
That's not the kind of thing that usually just works out. You made it happen. And the way that mean old prosecutor tailed it out of there, that was great. Mr. Wright, Thena, thank you for everything you did for me. I'm so happy for you, Junie. Now you can go back home to the forest in peace. I hope the both of you will come and visit me there sometime.
That would be nice. Thank you for the invitation.
I don't know, Mr. Wright. I'm not so sure you can make it all the way up to Junie's house. How high up do you live again, Junie? Around 3,000 feet, I think.
What? That's no forest. That's a mountain.
But you know, boss, there's something that still bothers me about the case. One little mystery we never got around to solving.
Oh, that? Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Is this the unsolved mystery? It's the badge! Yeah, it's Apollo!
Take that!
Oh, right, no, it was the remote.
Huh? That wasn't the thing I was thinking of.
Glad mind reading isn't my day job.
I was wondering about the missing remote switch. How did you fail that, Mr. Wright?
Oh, right, that unsolved mystery. Haha, I was just testing you.
Oh, so you were looking to get a reaction at me, huh? Well, how's this reaction? I'm gonna punch you in the nuts. I'm gonna punch your left nut.
Now, I always remember, the trial isn't really over until you get back to the office. Even if you get not guilty, you still have to remember to stay sharp.
In other words, don't gloat too much over a victory, right, boss? Thanks for the tip. But I still wonder where the remote switch disappeared to. Maybe Mr. Tonate just got rid of it somewhere.
Yeah, it's a pretty big thing to leave unsolved, though. Well, let's leave it up to the police to find. Hopefully we'll find out someday.
I guess you're right. Hey, I know, Junie. Shall we go report the good news? You know, to that certain someone. Okay.
Huh? Her grandmother?
No, silly, to Apollo!
Oh, right. Why don't we all go to the hospital together to see him? And then meanwhile, Apollo got taken to the Hickfield Clinic. Phoenix wasn't paying for the good hospital. Apollo took him to the Hickfield Clinic. Apollo was taken to the Hickfield Clinic, where basically just he's getting harassed by basically Hottie slash Hickfield. Mr. Wright, thank God you're here. This guy keeps on looking at my feet. He took my shoes, Mr. Wright. Yes. Oh, the shoes are mine, and those socks shall be too. Mr. Wright, you gotta get me out of here. I'm scared.
Great idea. I bet he's bored out of his mind. Okay.
And so the courtroom bombing case came to a close. But the next trial was just over the horizon. There's never a dull moment with so many lawyers in the office, that's for sure. Apollo Justice, Athea Sykes, and me, Phoenix Wright. Between the three of us, there's no case we can't solve. When our powers combine, we're an unstoppable team. At least, that's what I believed. Okay, anyways, in terms of story structure, this game is actually very similar to the very first Ace Attorney Investigations game, where you start off with the penultimate case, then the second case is technically the earliest point in basically the game's specific timeline, and then basically you go forward, and then the final case is the final case. But all that changed with what Apollo said to us that day. It was something that would put my faith in us to the ultimate test. Right, anything, agency.
Mr. Wright, I want a raise!
Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
Can you at least give me a reason why?
I can only say that this is something I must settle on my own.
Oh, why, Apollo? Why are you shutting us out?
Yeah, just Trucy.
Daddy, why did Polly become an edgelord?
What happened to you, Apollo?
Why are you in sepia tone? Ever since you put that jacket on, you've changed. You become an edgelord. You become Batman. And now, for whatever reason, all my mind keeps doing is returning to the day I first met you, when I threw a cop at you. We had tackled our first case together, he and I, this past spring. And as we did, I came to know who he is and how he thinks and how no one respects him in the slightest. It was a very peculiar case, one in which the victim was killed by a mythical creature. It was killed by Apollo's social life. It was killed by his love life.
Turnout countdown awarded. No, I'm not going to save the game. Not until we basically start the first episode. Just because I like to have a good transitional point. Episode 2, Monstrous Turnabout.
Long, long ago, the nine-tailed fox defeated the evil Tenmataro and sealed the fallen demon away. To this day, it is said that he slumbers even still within the forbidden chamber.
Night, night, Alderman. Sweet dreams. At long last,
The revival of Tenmataro is at hand.
Yeah, in case the last case wasn't obvious enough in who did it. We need obviousness. A few months prior to the courthouse bombing. Yes, Apollo just leaving the co-pilot. Yeah, I was a little uncertain about whether or not basically the whole Apollo leaving his coat on that couch was basically a thing back in this game. So basically, just now I kind of regret that I didn't make the joke of Apollo. Aren't you going to at least take your just Trucy?
Polly, aren't you at least gonna take your ugly coat?
Guess I'm a little early.
Oh, hey there, Apollo. Getting an early start today?
Yeah, this is the first job I've had in a while after all.
Well, aren't we all fired up?
Well, it's not every day I get a call from Mr. Wright. What kind of work is that anyways? Mr. Wright didn't mention any details.
Work? Is that how he put it?
Don't tell me he just wants me to clean the toilet again. Why does he do this to me?
You've really become a fixture around here, Apollo.
Come to think of it, it's been almost a year since I was hired. It feels like 10 with how you psychologically torture me, you monster of a girl. A lot's happened since then. I have been emotionally blackmailed. I have been manipulated. Blacklisted from every law firm in the city. But I'm settling nicely despite a few bumps in the road. The Stockholm Syndrome's kicking in. My name is Apollo Justice. I've been practicing law for about a year, but I still have a lot to learn. This is the Right Anything Agency, and this is where I work and where I suffer. Don't let the name fool you. It's definitely a law agency.
But don't forget that this place is a talent agency too, Polly.
It's the law agency part of this office that's usually forgotten. This is Trucy Wright, a budding magician, and someone who may or may not be a psychopath. The adopted daughter of the agency's owner, Mr. Wright. She sometimes makes me help her with her magic tricks. She may be sociopathic, I don't know. The jury's still on that.
And what's wrong with that? You're one of the agency's talents as well. You are our property, Polly. You signed over your soul when you joined the agency.
Yeah, because you held me at sword point. I was under the impression that I was a lawyer.
Hear what I say, you are, Polly. Oh, we better hurry. Doesn't look like Daddy's gonna make it, so let's get going.
Huh? Where are we going? What about the job he mentioned?
This is the job, Polly. You're supposed to keep me company today.
And let me guess, I'm not getting paid for it. Like always.
Now, come on.
Another day of not being a lawyer. Should have seen this coming.
Well, this is the Right Anything Agency, you know. And there's no law-related work at the moment, so...
Tell me again why I chose to work here?
Polly, you've already forgotten? Promotional blackmail and the fact that you couldn't get a job anywhere else because of Daddy and his manipulation.
Where's Mr. Wright anyways?
Daddy said something about going to be an acquaintance. But don't worry, just focus on your job and I'll tell you exactly what you need to know. Well, let's go. We don't have all day.
Wait a second! Another day of anything goes begins at the Right Anything Agency. Why did I get Mr. Gavin convicted? Why? So what are we doing way up here in the mountains?
Well, we'll answer that in the next episode, because I think now would be a good time to end things off. Anyways, I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. With that, I'll see you next time. Bye.